Good Thursday morning. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the end of September, and happy birthday to my beloved big sister. She's the big, she put it on Facebook how old she is. 6 decades old. To God be the glory. And she has a powerful testimony of how the Lord has, and you're going to hear this word, sustained her through these years. And she annually raises funds for lupus research. So check her out, my sister Renee Williams. So we are in 1Kings 17, and I said that we're going to keep on looking at the word sustained or sustenance. I was just out here trying to water my fall beautiful chrysanthemums, and I'm like, I water you guys every other day. Why are you all dying? And my teacher friend had the same experience. She's saying they're not getting enough sun, shade. I put plant food in there and I try to angle it, but I guess they're being blocked. And I believe I have about 3 sets of moms. Doesn't matter. So why should we care about sustenance? Because the Lord might be placing us in a situation to sustain others. What am I talking about? What is that word? To hold up, to gird up, to strengthen, to corroborate, so that someone might be able to do the will of the Lord. And I'm talking about specifically Elijah. I can't believe we're talking about him already in 1Kings 17. I tell you, this goes so quickly as far as reading the word throughout the year and going chapter by chapter, morning and evening. So we know that Elijah was a Tishbite, and he was sent to the brook of Cherith because there was going to be no rain for years. And he told that to Ahab, the king of Israel at the time. And at the brook of Cherith, he was able to hide himself, and he was right there before the Jordan River. Then the Lord told him after some time, when the brook of Cherith dried up, there was no more sustenance or water. Then the Lord told him to go to Zarephath, and there will be a widow. You're familiar with this, right? To sustain him, to feed him. And that's when he told the widow to, bake me some cakes. And she was like, oh, I only have this much food and I'm preparing to die. Very important. The Lord, when I was reading this, the Lord is saying, who and where is the Lord sending you today so that you might sustain someone else, that you be that widow for someone else? Yeah, it might be at that job. You are called there to strengthen, to uphold someone who is maybe weak in their faith. They're having issues, problems. And we have to be faithful in our assignment. So all of us are called to be the widow of Zarephath, and to give that type of hope, that type of cheer, that type of nourishment and nurturing to someone. It might be a little kid. It might be, like I said, a co-worker. And let's see, what else? We know that the son of the widow eventually dies, but Elijah, because he was obedient, he was there, he was faithful, and he was able to breathe new life through the Lord, and the son was able to live. It says that the soul of the child was revived again in verse 22. People need revival. People need hope out here. Their soul need to be revived. The Lord will assign you for such a time as this. And because today is September 26th, we went over Psalms 26 and 56 and 86 and 116 and 146. I'm going to start backwards. Psalms 146. Even though we are helping others, we know that the Lord preserveth. He is the one who sustains, in verse 9, the strangers. He relieveth the fatherless and the widow. So it's the Lord's power that actually brought back that widow's son. Amen. He relieveth the fatherless and the widow, but the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. We want to make sure that we are in the Lord's will at all time, relieving those who are in need. And in Psalms 56, What time I am afraid, that widow was afraid at first. She was like, I'm fearful, we're about to die. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Trust in the Lord with all your heart today. We know that there are situations, I'm sorry, something is itching me. But we know that there are times where we're like, what is going to happen? 2 Corinthians 5:7, we walk by faith and not by sight. And in Psalms 26:7, I might proclaim the voice of thanksgiving for all the wondrous works that the Lord has done. Share your testimonies and be the sustaining factor for those around you, because it's the Lord's power. Have a wonderful Thursday in the Lord and enjoy his might and strength.